In this video, we are going to look at the basis of probability for a WASSCE exam. And after going through this video, you understand probability basics for WASSCE exam. So ensure it stays to the very end of the video. As usual, I'll give you guys a practice maths question on this probability basis to test your knowledge at the end of the video. Alright, so having done that, let's go into the details of the video. Now, let's begin by knowing that all probabilities are usually between 0 and 1. Alright, 0 and 1. Okay, now note again that probabilities can be given as fractions, decimals, or percentages. Now let me show you. Let's say we have, let me use this number line to illustrate it. Okay, having known that probabilities are between 0 and 1, let's say at this end we have 0. Okay, at this end we have 1/4. Okay, and this end we have half. Alright, this one is quarter. At this end, let's say we have 3/4. Alright, and at this end, let's say we have the 1. Alright, between 0 and 1. Okay, now this probability, this will still be 0. If we want to convert this to decimal, it will give you 0.25. If you convert this one, it will give you 0.5. If you convert this one, to give you 0.75. Alright, this one will still be what? 1. Okay, now on a scale of 0 to 100, this will still give you 0%. Alright, now 1/4, if you're converting it to percentage, it will give you 25%. 0.5, it will give you 50%. Alright, 0.75, it will give you 75%. Alright, this one will give you what? 100%. Alright, okay, now let me just use one of the decimals to show you quickly. So for 0.25, how we got it to be 25%? 0.25, alright, is something as 25/100 times 100/1. Okay, so this is how we got it to be 25%. Now for 0.5, it's 5/10 times 100/1. Okay, so 10 times 5 will give us 50%. Okay, so it's as easy as that. Okay, now let's go ahead and interpret these values. Now this value here for 0, this 0, alright, shows that the probability is impossible. It can never happen. Alright, so when we have probability of 0, it shows that the event can never happen. But when you have probability of 1, it shows that the event will definitely happen, or something will definitely happen. Whereas this 1/4 we have here shows that the event is unlikely to happen. This half we have here shows that the event is evenly to happen. That's evenly to happen. Whereas this 3/4 shows that the probability is likely. Okay, now so take note of these values, what they represent in the language of probability. 0 means that the event will not happen, it will never happen. 1/4 shows that the event is unlikely to happen. Half shows that the event is evenly to happen. 2/4 shows that the event is likely to happen. And 1 shows that the event is certainly to happen, that is definitely going to happen. Okay, now having known this, let's look at probability formula, how you can find some probabilities using a formula. Okay, so let's wipe this. Okay, now basically we have the how you can find some probability using formula. We have the basic formula to be, okay, probability equals number of ways of something to happen okay, over total number of possible outcomes. Okay, so this is a general probability formula you can apply to find some problems on probability. Okay, now let's look at a question that will involve this probability formula. Let me get the question so that we solve it together here. Okay, guys, so let's look at this question. It says, work out the probability of randomly picking a letter P for the tiles below. Alright, so the first thing you have to observe here, or to begin to solve this question, you will start by bringing out how many letters of P we have in this tiles apple pie. Alright, so if you check, you see that we have 3 P's. Alright, so we have 3 P's. Okay, and there are 8 ties altogether. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Alright, so we have 8 letters. Yeah, that's 8 ties. Now, from the formula, probability is equal number of ways over total number of possible outcomes. So this will be number of ways to pick a P, which is 3, over total number of possible outcomes, which is what, 8. And this will be the probability of randomly picking a letter P from the tiles below. It's either you leave it in this fraction form, or when you punch 3 over 8 on the calculator, you get 0.375. Alright, so that will be the answer to this question. It's as simple as that. Now let's look at the concept of probabilities that add up to 1. Alright, so let's wipe this. Okay, guys, now let's look at this question. Now, explaining probabilities that add up to 1. Before we solve this question, let's look at some basic facts about it. Now, if only one possible result can happen at a time, then the probabilities of all the results add up to 1. Okay? Now, the second fact is that, so since something must either happen, alright, or not happen, only one of these can happen at a time. Alright, so basically, what it means is that the probability of event happens, right, plus probability of event, so this event happens, plus probability of event doesn't happen, equals to 1. Alright, so probability of event happens plus probability of event doesn't happen equals what? 1. Alright, so this is event V. This is basically what this kind of probability is trying to explain. Alright, so using this fact, let's use it to solve this question. The question says a spinner has different numbers of red, blue, and green sections. Work out the value of X and use it to find the probability of spinning red or blue. Okay, now for this question, the probabilities add up to 1. So that's the basic thing you have to solve for this question. It will be 3x plus 2x plus 5x equals what? 1. Alright, that's what we're going to do to find the value of X and use it to find the probability of spinning red or blue. Alright, so the probabilities we have here, red, blue, and green, add up to what? 1. The probability of event happening and event not happening, we add up what to 1. Okay, so when you do this math, you're going to have everything here will give you 10x equals 1. To make a solid formula, divide by 10, so x will be 0.1 or 1 over 10. Okay, now this is the value of our X. All right, now that we have the value of X, the spinning of red or blue, the probability of spinning red or blue is the same as not spinning green. So the probability of spinning red or blue is as the same of not spinning green. Okay, so to do this, the probability now will be probability of spinning red or blue, okay, will be 1 minus probability of not spinning green. Alright, so this will give us 1 minus probability of not spinning green. Since we have the value of x to be 0.1, it will be 5 times 0.1. Alright, so when you punch this in the calculator, you're going to have it to be 0.5. Okay, so it's as simple as that for this question. Now, having known this, let me give you guys a practice math question on this probability basis and see if you can attempt it. After you can call it a class. Let's wipe this. Okay guys, look at this question. It says this is your math practice question on the basis of probability. It says calculate the probability of the first spinner on the right landing on 4. Alright, feel free to pause this video and see if you can figure this out. Okay, let's do it. This is very, very simple. Now, the probability of the first spinner on the right landing on 4 will be number of ways for it to happen. So this is the spinner. It will be number of ways for it to happen over total number of possible outcomes. So in this spinner, we have 1, 4, 1, 2, 2, 4, 3, 1, 2, 4, 1. Okay, so that means we have 10 total number of possible outcomes for this spinner on the right to land on 4. Alright, so for the spinner on the right to land on 4, how many times did 4 appear? We have 3 times, so it will be number of ways of this spinner landing on 4. Alright, we have it to be 3 over the total number of possible outcomes. So we have total number of 10 outcomes, okay, for this spinner to land. Okay, so that's over 10. That will be the answer to this question. Alright, if you want to put it in fraction, it will be 3 divided by 10, which will give you 0.3 or 0.3. Alright, so either way will be the right answer. So that's it for probability basis for maths exam. Hope you something interesting from this video. Now, if you are new to the channel, ensure you check the description of this video below for a link to our Telegram channel. Click on it to join the Telegram channel for instant notifications. So ensure you are subscribed to this channel by hitting the subscribe button for more videos like this. Like, share, and comment on the video. Tell me how you feel from what you learned from this class. If you seem to have any specific questions to ask regarding probability basis, feel free to be a question in the comment section below. Then ensure to give you a response. Now, click on the end screen above, and I will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.